I don't have my mirror up. Now wake those hands. I came along. Come on. What you say? Don't be shy. Just feel it and feel free. I know you came to have a good time. We about to get started. We about to get loose. We about to do what we came to do. Are you ready? Are you ready? Bye bye, Instagram. Yeah, all right. 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 So I am walking on broken glass over here. I got so excited. Got so excited to see you all that I didn't have my mirror set up, and I'm actually going to put something on my face today. So probably need a mirror, and it looks really crazy in here, but we're going to work it out. In case you didn't know, today is the 9th day of December. It's a Wednesday. It's 8 p.m. It's not 8 p.m. It's a Wednesday. It's 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. My name is William Bryant Miles, but you can call me WBM. And that means that you're watching what? The Wonderful World of WBM. This light is like so hot right now. But I think I look good, so we're going to let it ride. So this is morning TV for the 21st century. So contemporary that it's not even in the morning. The censors told me I got to watch my cursing. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you all about today was I read online that I also have no idea what I'm about to do. I had one vision, but I did not glue down my eyebrows like I was supposed to, so that vision is now rendered null and void. Maybe I'll give you guys a balanced face and just use my natural hair, and we'll go from there. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So let's see. I was watching, reading the New York Times, and I saw that Facebook may have to break up. Apparently the US government has, some would say finally, others might say prematurely, decided that it's too big. It being Facebook is too big, and the companies it owns create an unfair marketplace and make it so that other companies can't compete. I felt this for a long time. I don't think this is only true of Facebook. For example, how does one compete with Amazon, right? Like, their market share is just so much larger than what would be reasonable for anyone else to amass at this point in time, that while they technically don't have a monopoly, like, how can you compete? I mean, I went to go buy a skincare product that I'll be using next week. I don't have it right now. And even Target had it for $15, and Target is another huge company. They had it for $15. Amazon had it for $9. Like, how do you compete with the volume that Amazon, especially in our current world, that Amazon is running over? How do you compete with that? I don't know that you can. I am not a business major. I'm not a business person, but I am an American citizen and a global citizen. And the size of these companies has alarmed me for some time. So I am curious to see what the outcome of this is going to be. Also, I'm like so dehydrated. I was in my studio, this being my studio, working on something last night. And I just was like drinking so much water, which is a good thing, right? Like, drinking water is a good thing, but I was just a little alarmed because I'm like, I haven't been drinking anything else these past few days. Just that, and even today, I don't think I drank enough water yesterday. I woke up this morning feeling like not even just dehydrated, but really feeling hung over. I also didn't eat a lot yesterday, which didn't cause me to overeat today. Blah, 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 blah. I probably could have shaved before, but we'll see where we end up. This light is bothering me because when I go like that, it's that. So I just have to stay here. What it is. But so yeah, I saw that, but that wasn't my main event today. The main event today, we'll get to that in a second. I also saw on the TV on Monday, it was announced that Wendy Williams, famed TV host, radio host, it was announced that her mom had passed away. And I think that is, really sad. Her mother, as per Wendy, her mother lived a full life. She was an elderly woman, an older woman when she passed away. And apparently her mother had passed away some time ago, and they just decided to share that with the world, which, kudos to them, because we saw what happened like when the whole world had a front row seat for her divorce. Like, it wasn't good for her. So I think that it's good that she was allowed some privacy, as some English speakers would say, some privacy to deal with that. I'm surprised they were able to pull it off, but I guess things are probably easier with COVID-19 because people coming in. A large funeral wasn't ever going to happen, so just wanted to acknowledge that and pour one out, as it were, however you folks choose to celebrate the life of an individual. And I hope that Wendy and her family, find some peace if they haven't already. I am a true Wendy Williams fan. I've been a fan of hers for a very long time. We've had some ups and downs just because, as is the case with any long-term relationship, when you know somebody for a really long time, even though I've never met her, she is a friend in my head, and has been for some time. She's been around my whole life. Like, I don't remember not hearing her on the radio or her being in the public consciousness. But, she's been in our TV sets now for, I think, 12 or 13 years. But I knew her well and well before. Blah, 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 blah. They also, I never do this highlight, but I'm going to do it today. I could have color corrected down there too, but I didn't. I'd like to think that Reggie Ray is proud of me and my makeup is improving. I don't know. I got to be honest with y'all. I don't have a lot to talk about today. So if you guys want to drop a comment so that you can choose something, look at this new color I got. There's another one I wanted to share. Oh, this one is pretty too. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was, apparently Teyana Taylor said she is retiring from the music business unless, she was like, if she can't get out of her deal with Def Jam, she don't want to do it because she feels like the deal is oppressive, blah, blah, blah. And so she's taking a break. She's, and she's like, y'all say, what about the fans? But, justice for Teyana. What about Teyana and her family? This is Teyana talking about herself. And I'm like, sis, I hear you. I enjoy KTSE, Keep That Same Energy, which was her last release. I enjoyed it. WTP, Work This Pussy, I think is a major tune. I play it often. It is like, if you ever need a beat to just make you want to pump or, go out and make you feel like maybe you joined the house or something, that is way too much. So we'll just bring that down in a second. But I don't care enough about the girl that if I'm gonna have strong feelings about it. What I did have strong feelings about was, I don't even know if I have strong feelings, but I had feelings about was the fact that she cited wanting to get out of her deal with Def Jam. And so it made me think about, which I don't think we talked about here, the Dave Chapelle situation, right? Where he highlighted that the deal that he had with Comedy Central, he felt that deal was unfair and oppressive. One thing I have to work on in my makeup and maybe also my life is the balance. Like, sometimes I'll do something really good on one side, but then I can't replicate it over there. And, We want things to be balanced. If not exactly, but to kind of have that same energy, pun absolutely intended. Um, so this is just all too light. Bring it down. My question becomes, I'm definitely not siding with any of these corporations because, as in our previous conversation just a second ago, I recognize that they are not our friends. But I was doing some research and I saw that Teyana Taylor also had to get out of her deal with Pharrell in order to get into her deal with Good / Def Jam, which is Kanye West's label imprint. I must be honest, I really hate the way my face looks right now. Not like I hate the way it looks because of how it was made, but this shit is just all too light. She had to get out of her deal with Star Trek, which is Pharrell, to get into the deal with them. And so my question becomes, how long before these things are not oppressive, they're just the results of your bad decision making? Now, what I will also say though is that, like, I don't know that if a person makes a bad decision, they should be held to that, like, for life. Like, even if that's what the deal was, like, I don't know that deals should have that kind of authority over a person. Like, I think that incorrect, and it's, I don't want to say problem because I said problematic, but it's something that needs to be corrected and explored overall. So there's that. But yeah. And then it made me think about the Dave Chapelle thing, which, if you aren't familiar, in a nutshell, Dave Chapelle felt that his Comedy Central degree contract was not fair, and that basically, they haven't paid him adequately. He was suggesting that at all. I don't know the full extent of any of this. Like, this is just his perspective, but that he was not paid. I look dead. So this is what we're gonna do. He wasn't paid adequately or fairly for his work, and so he wants to be anything. That deal is done. They own the product. He doesn't want us to watch it because and my question becomes, I hear you, bro, but I don't want to reduce it to rich people problems, because, especially as an artist, I'm not at all suggesting that rich people problems for me in a certain way is because what I haven't yet heard is anything from him about how he intends this fucking internet. Okay. I haven't heard anything from him about how he intends or suggests that these practices can be changed for the better moving forward, right? Like, so I think it's one thing to be like, okay, and now, I had a bad deal, I got better lawyers, I got a good deal, don't watch my stuff from my last deal. Okay, that's great for you, but if these practices are still oppressive, what are you suggesting? And I'm not saying he hasn't done anything. I just haven't heard, and I don't know what is his suggestion for, like, us, you know what I mean, as like the lay people or the up and comers or whatever, anyone that is not him. It's like, what are you suggesting then so that the game changes? Because you telling me to just not sit back and watch the product, okay, fine. Even though it's technically not stolen, right? Because that's what you negotiated. So it's like, I don't get to have the benefit of the entertainment. It seems like the only person that comes out on top of that is him, right? We don't get the entertainment. We don't get the art. Comedy Central obviously is not getting their coin or whatever. And so he's the only one that's coming out on top. And so I don't want to be complicit in something that is morally wrong. I'm asking, and bruh, what do you suggest? I'm using a whole different color foundation in case you didn't notice. Also, maybe not correct because I bought it this summer when I was tan. How I got a tan this summer, I don't know. Oh wait, I guess I do know. I got it playing tennis, which I haven't been able to do. So yeah, I'm super light skinned and super unhealthy because I haven't been exercising. So I'm just like, what do you want us to do? Like, what is the solution? Because I just keep hearing you being centered in all of this. That's just me. Maybe I'm a little too community minded. I don't know. I didn't watch the Chapelle show in the first place, so you don't really have to worry about me, even though I maybe considered revisiting it or visiting it late, but now I guess I'm a bad person if I do. So, which brings me to my next point, which was, I don't know if you guys saw, I can't remember which day it was. That would be too much like right to have that information for you. But the New York Times, they posted, it was an op-ed technically, but it was like the longest op-ed I've ever read in my life. And it read like an article. It was like an article with a story rather, without a, I guess without a commission, without an editor, even though op-eds have editors too. But basically they were talking about how Pornhub is complicit in, you know, people being trafficked or exploited. Basically, there's a whole lot of, I don't know if you can call it porn because porn suggests consent, as the article said, right? But there's a whole lot of video of child abuse, child sexual abuse, and adults who did not consent to, you know, these videos. In some instances, they're not consenting to the acts themselves. In other instances, they just haven't consented to the video. You know, basically, they're like, I did that video, I just didn't know you were going to watch it. And so I just had to rethink my porn watching habits, because the last thing I want is to be complicit in like somebody's trauma. You know what I mean? Like, that is just not okay. Speaking of not okay. So yeah, but it just made me think. And so today Pornhub came out and was like, okay, girl, we heard y'all. Here's how we can be better. We're going to do, they had a few policies. They're going to make it so that you can't download the videos anymore. Only verified users can upload in the first place. This looks so bad. But just don't know what to do with that. I mean, not know what to do. It's making me wonder, you know, Twitter is a de facto porn site these days. It made me wonder, can you watch free porn with a clear conscience anymore? And the reason why I say that is because it's like, I feel like with the free stuff, it's very hard to discern how it was created and procured. And I mean, to be fair, like, you know, there can be stuff that you pay for that has suspicious origin as well. But it's just much more likely that if you paid for something, the person wanted you to see it, right? Like, and you can, it's more likely that the person wanted you to see it, and or you can like trace the origins of it. You know what I mean? Like, there's, what the fuck did I just do? I know what I'm gonna do to fix it though, but ooh, child, this is very ghetto. Do not recommend. You know what I'm saying? It's like, ugh, do I know what I'm doing? No, I don't. And it's just so crazy because you guys can't see it yet, but I did a face yesterday for this project I'm working on that I'm so excited to bring to you. And that face was so pretty. And it just looked like I knew what I was doing. And I felt like today I was going to be able to build on that. And that was not God's plan. God's plan. But it's okay because every day is a winding road. What's the next word? Every day is a winding road. I don't know what the next word is. It's a Cheryl Cole song. Every day is a fading sun. Something along those lines. Feeling fine. I don't know. So my question for y'all, if y'all would be so bold, is like, do you care about this? Is that going to change how you watch porn? Will you start paying for porn? And I just don't know, like, you know, I feel like the generation above us, right, like, paid for porn because you kind of had to if you wanted to watch it. Why am I contouring my nose in the first place? Why do we contour our noses? I'm going to take a stand against the fucking man. I'm going to be who I am. There it is. And there it is. Oh my God, this is so powerful. Be the change. Wow. 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 So, but you know, I mean, they had to pay for porn because there was no internet that allowed you to see it. And I imagine people that is, I'm not saying anything illegal, but I imagine if you like a specialized kind of video or a certain performer, you'll pay for it. And kind of OnlyFans is that. But you know what I mean? OnlyFans has definitely um, crept up into our psyche. And I feel like I have friends who have OnlyFans like monthly budgets. They'd be like, you know, I try not to spend more than $20 or $30 each month. That ain't me. Not at this time. This is supposed to just be simply balanced. But it's not. I hate it. I think most people will never pay for porn, Membleek said. I agree, but then I'm just like, I feel bad. Can you imagine, so in the article, they discussed that, like, some of the people, they actually interviewed some of the people who were impacted by this. And it's mostly young women. At least that's what the article was suggesting, right? Because isn't that like everything? It's not only, but isn't that everything in our society bad? Like, young women just get fucked over. And so basically what the young women were saying was that in a couple of the instances, what happened was, you know, they maybe when they were like a teenager, they sent a video to a young the person to was not being appropriate in that regard. But then the person went and took the video and distributed it around town. Okay, that's bad enough, but then somehow it winds up on Pornhub. And because Pornhub does not, you know, because Pornhub at the time allows you to download, like the person was able to, the video never goes away. So even if you hit up Pornhub and you're like, take my video down, they're like, okay, fine, I'll take it down. John Q. Pervert has uploaded it, saved it, downloaded it to their computer. They just upload it again under a different name. And so now you would just basically have to spend your whole life trying to but chase down every time somebody is uploading, you know, the videos. And so in the worst cases, people have become suicidal, addicted to drugs, not I don't know if I should use this, but it's too late. You know, addicted to drugs, and just not in a good place. So this place, I'm giving you casket sharp. Beatrice Jason said, I feel like people had those illegal cable boxes growing up. They still weren't paying. Well, but I'm saying the generation above us, I'm talking about like when people had VCRs, but not necessarily cable. Like there's always been somebody somewhere pirate. Like I feel like as long as media has existed, people find ways to pirate it or distribute it differently than the creators intended. But I feel like the internet has just made it so easy to make it just completely a free for all and to just not pay for it at all. And then we have such short attention spans. Like, think about those old porn films. Those were like whole movies, right? So they would be literally like 2 hours or maybe like an hour of a storyline with all of this other stuff, you know, with the sex happening. Nowadays, it's literally a video of somebody's penis going into a mouth, vagina, booty hole between 2 feet, whatever. It's like, it's just so concentrated. And then, you know, Twitter only lets you get like 2 minutes and 20 seconds or some arbitrary number. And so in those 2 minutes and 20 seconds, that is, you know, all people are watching. I remember one time, maybe this is TMI, but welcome to my world. I had a hookup with this one guy who was actually really nice. And this was around the time I realized, like, at my core, I'm not a hooker-upper. My experiences would suggest otherwise, but at my core, I'm not a hooker-upper, at least not in the classic sense. So anyway, we had a hookup, and it started off listening to Mariah Carey videos and J-Lo and, you know, just all kind of gay stuff because we're gay. And then it was like, okay, let's try to make this physical. Let's get physical. And it got weird because he was like, he needs to watch porn. And I don't know about you, but for me, that is very like deflating when like you have a person in your presence that's like, oh, and he's not the one that said, maybe it's just me, but you have a person in your presence that's like, I need to watch porn in order for this to be enjoyable for me. It's like, well, shit, why am I here? But it was like the weirdest thing because he really like some people say it's on in the background and you do whatever, but he really like needed to. So then I just kind of like eventually the writer in me just took over and I'm just like, fuck it, I'm not gonna get a nut. Like, let me just watch what happens live. And the strangest thing, like, or watching him watch porn, I don't know if it's the same way with me because I've never watched me watch porn, but it was like so frenetic because he would be like watching a video on his phone and then it'd be like 20 seconds and then he'd be like, mm-mm, and then scroll to one and then watch for like 30 seconds, go back, go forward. It was so frenetic and it was so like emblematic of our contemporary existence in a way. I really need to buy this product. I kind of love it. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. Who the hell can read that? Look how small that is. Oh, the light is too dark. But it's dark. I don't have my glasses on. Dark brown, something else. But I just love it because it's eyebrow gel with color in it, which is probably not as radical or revolutionary or unique to Anastasia Beverly Hills as I'm making it. But bitch, it's what's here in front of me right now. So, and it is in the smallest sample tube, but I've been working hard, 2 jobs every day, with God on my side. But yeah, so it was just like the most frenetic thing, but I think it's emblematic of like how a lot of people consume. Didn't I just change everything? I'm gonna just do a little contour. Didn't that just change everything? But I think it's emblematic of how a lot of people consume pornography these days. This all has like frost in it, I think. Book of Jewels, the crystals. You know what I mean? That like people are just so frenetic and so like short. They have such short attention spans. And I think that like that also, because that's the thing too, I mean, when our dads, uncles, grandpas had like a porn collection, they also would go back to those same tapes. I feel like nowadays people they barely want to call somebody back, let alone watch the same porno. You know what I mean? So, and then the article was speaking of things that need to be broken up. The article was suggesting that Pornhub was like too large because I don't know if you noticed, but notice, but quite a few of the companies that have porn on Pornhub, like the produced stuff on there, that stuff is made by companies so the parent company of Pornhub is MindGeek, and they also own another internet site called like X Videos. I think they own XTube too, but I'm not sure. And then they also own like a lot of the production studios, like those still exist. I don't know who's going there to work in porn. Would you guys like to see me interview a former porn actor or a current one? I feel like I want to do that interview as well. Would that be considered Black, gay, and on screen? But they make the porn as well. So it's like, again, can another company really compete? You know what I mean? Or is this kind of like a weird monopoly of sorts? So, and the article suggests that if it wasn't porn, if it was a more readily discussed field, that people would be a little more judicious, or they would care a little bit more and maybe actually regulate it. It's also based in Canada, but apparently the Canadians were getting in on that too, getting in on like having a point of view about it. But all that to say, porn is bad. Just kidding. So no, I just wonder though, what is going to happen? Like, is this going to be a real, that moment when you think the fucking makeup is brown and you pull it out and that shit is purple as hell. Like, where is it? Yeah, it's purple. I'm going to use that for another video I have coming for you guys one day, but not at this time. Somehow we know that there's a space up above with no words, it's the free. The housewives are very back. I may be social distancing, and I'm here for social justice. Shout out to Portia Stewart. I mean Portia Williams. Yeah. So that's that on Pornhub. So yeah, I went ahead and deleted my Pornhub. I actually never had an account. I may or may have had some bookmarks. I went ahead and deleted those. And I don't think I'll be back there, even with the changes. I just don't feel comfortable. And I feel like the last thing a person should be feeling when they're trying to get a nut is concern that they are exploiting somebody. And I'm saying that's the last thing we should be feeling. Not to say that like don't feel those things, like don't turn a blind eye, but to just be like, maybe this is not what I look like Little Richard. That lip liner is very Little Richard. I wanted a nice brown lipstick. I remember my very first headshots, which live on the internet somewhere. I got this brown lipstick from Sephora, which was a new concept at the time, Sephora. And it was just so glossy, but I love that lipstick for like my balanced face. And they used to always be like, it's too glossy for it to be balanced with your lips being all big. But that's the thing, I've always loved my lips to be nice and glossy. I don't need my lips to be matte for any fucking reason. Like, I want my lips to be here and to be loud and to be brash, kind of like me. And that's what we're going to do today. I kind of hate this lip gloss. This is some Urban Decay Hi-Fi Shine Ultra Cushion Lip Gloss. I love the product, the color, but it's just too menthol-y. I don't know why you would put menthol in a lip gloss without telling somebody, or them explicitly saying that. We just got to go to Twitter for porn. That's what Mint Bleak said. I guess we do just have to go to Twitter for porn, and you can just always look nice and ashy. But my thing with that is, again, how do we know that there's consent? And what I mean by consent is I don't think that everybody on Twitter is being raped, but I'm not sure that every video we see on Twitter, the person wanted it on Twitter. And so I feel like if there's an OnlyFans and you see like 2 known quantities, that gives me some comfort that like, okay, maybe, this person wanted it to be on their OnlyFans. But if it's just like someone like so-and-so and so-and-so, me with the boy from the beach, I don't know what I'm doing or what I'm talking about at this point. I had a vision of love, and it was all that you've given to me. I want to add that to my set, but yeah, so that's that on that. I haven't watched last week's episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and they're actually on right now. I'll catch up this weekend. Y'all, if y'all aren't, I encourage you to watch Ready to Love, especially like if you love Black people and Black things. There's just not too many Blacker things. I need a new camera because this isn't picking everything up. I don't know where I'm going with this. I know what I want to do. Straight pray through the night. Felt so alone. But yeah, I haven't watched Real Housewives of Atlanta. Have you guys watched my fellow talk show hosts? It's that is so, it says blush, but it is just so much blushier than I thought. What you are seeing and what I'm seeing are not the fucking same thing. And so this is also a lesson in like TV, makeup for TV and film. Because what I'm seeing and then what I'm gonna put on Instagram, they're just 2 totally different things than from what you're seeing. the Queen's Court, no, not Queen's Court, wrong show. Cocktails with Queens, which is Claudia Jordan with Selena Johnson, Lisa Ray, McCoy, and Vivica A. Fox. I actually like it. It's like your aunties getting drunk on Zoom. You know, they figured out where to place the cameras and stuff. Auntie had, you know, your cousin come over and get them together. I actually enjoy it. The connection to what we were just talking about is Vivica Fox. That helped a little bit. Vivica Fox was talking about, I guess Kenya Moore wanted to bury the hatchet with her. You know, I also want to see Vivica Fox in a real show again, like a real movie or a real TV show. Like, I just feel like her being true to the game and all of this. It's like, you were in Kill Bill, you were in Soul Food, Set It Off, Independence Day. Like, cut the shit and just give us some good. Ew, look what I found. This is going in the trash. Oh, I'm sorry. This said Patrick Starr. And in my mind, I thought it was Jeffree Star. I mean, they're both a little problematic, but I thought it was Jeffree Star, who is super problematic. But, and then I'm also like, if I were to throw this in the trash, I just played myself because it's paid for. So what would that solve except you just not having the product? And how do we like these pajamas? I feel like we've seen them before. Maybe I can throw on a little hair. I don't really think so. If you guys could see me now. So that's, oh my God, I'm just ruining everything I have. Just metaphor for my life. And yeah, so that's what I had. The meaning of life. So I look very casket ready, just very gray. We're gonna get some colors, makeup, so that the next time I try to do this, I won't look crazy. Someone said Vivica never says no to a gig. So, you know, put me in touch with her because I have some ideas. If she never says no, I have some really great ideas. What about if I need to get like one of those little headbands that looks super not what I'm going for. But like, I just want to have one of those because I'm almost at the place where I can get a ponytail. I can, if I had like a brush and cared, I can get half up, half down, LOL. Again, I've been working hard on some videos for you guys. Today was a short show, not a whole lot to talk about. Don't even know if this will get posted. It looks crazy. I look crazy. There was no rhyme or reason to what we did. I don't know where I'm going. This is, you know, this is just what we'll call, if you want to just lay in the bed with your man or your roommate or by yourself, you just do a nice, soft and warm, the quiet storm, a nice little beat. So that's that on that. Next week, I'll have some exciting things for you. I want to let you guys know December 19th, save the date. It's a Saturday. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. I'll be live. I think that one's going to be on Instagram Live, but I'll be live. Sit on Santa's lap. Santa will be deciding if you are naughty or nice. We'll be taking your wishes, making sure they get to the North Pole so that you can get the gifts of your wildest dreams. And yeah, Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus is coming to town. So be ye ready. And I promise you've never seen Santa like this before. We got another karaoke coming. There'll be songs, there'll be dance, there'll be music. Hey, Mr. DJ, put a record on. I wanna dance with my baby. And when the music plays, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, so that's that on that. I want to thank you all for tuning in. This is the wonderful world of WBM. And this was fun, as always. I encourage you to get a nut as responsibly as you can. If you find some free porn that you think is interesting, you can always share. or not, your choice. Your body, your choice. Your porn, your choice. But no, seriously, we have to really think about the ways in which we're complicit, whether it's us using clothes like these pajamas, perhaps, that were made by people who are not being paid a fair wage and perhaps are not even being paid at all. If it's us using products that we know are destroying our environment unnecessarily and very aggressively, or if it's something like watching pornography with someone who maybe didn't even consent, we have to really challenge ourselves to be uncomfortable or just exist differently so that someone else might not be exploited and that there'll be a world for generations after us, whether or not they are of our own relation. So that's all I have for